How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So the markets were all over the place today. The S&P went up 0.1%. The Dow went up 0.5% as the NASDAQ 100 went down 0.5%. And the Russell went up 0.2%. So today we're going to break down some charts, my thoughts on the markets, stocks I'm looking at right now. So sit back, relax, go down below, get your $50 from M1 Finance. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, and we literally each get $50. And you guys could check out my Patreon if you want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, a morning update video, and more access to me throughout the day. All of that's on Patreon, link down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So today, SPY, which tracks the S&P 500, hit yet again another all-time high. The all-time high was hit more in the beginning of the day. If you guys were paying attention, you saw it. It was hit at $443.44. And today was quite choppy, to be honest. I mean, we saw a big rally in the morning. We hit that all-time high. We lost all of that gain from the rally in the morning, literally right after the all-time high. And then we ran right back up, almost hit another all-time high. That was at about noon here on the East Coast, and then we slowly just dropped for the rest of the day for the last 4 hours of the market. But overall, again, all-time high was hit. Bulls are in charge, and the Bulls will remain in charge as long as SPY is able to hold over 441, 442, which was that sticking point from the end of July all the way to the beginning of August, and that is literally what I'm seeing. Nothing too crazy, not much different from what we've been saying here on the channel. And another thing worth mentioning is we're trading above all the main moving averages on the hourly chart and on other time frames as well. So that's a good sign. And when we pull up QQQ, which tracks the NASDAQ 100, like I said, this didn't do well today. It went down 0.5%. So we got a clear rejection at 369, which has been a sticking point over the past couple of weeks. But a good thing that I'm noticing is we got a lot of consolidation and stabilization, which is pretty much the same thing as consolidation, right around 366, 367 at a higher low. So the good thing is we are maintaining an uptrend here, but again, we're failing at 369, and now we're looking to retake the 180 SMA here on the 20-day chart. So this looks like a clear-cut ascending triangle, guys. We're ultimately, in my opinion, going to break out of 369, 370, and hit that leg up, maybe to 375. Will it happen? I think it will, but doesn't mean it's going to happen for sure. Does that mean that? No, guys. I mean, we could, for all I know, dump all the way down to 360, maybe under that to test the lows at 352 from the middle of July. That could happen as well. But by the looks of it, even though we had a red day today, the ascending triangle is panning out. We just need to wait for the breakout. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to know as always. And tomorrow, it's going to be a big day. In the morning at 8:30 a.m. here on the East Coast, we do have the CPI numbers coming out, which has been, these numbers have been very key to the markets because inflation's running rampant. We have to see whether or not the inflation is really transitory like the Fed is telling us, or if it's here to stay. And watching these numbers, tracking them month in, month out, is going to tell us exactly that. And last month, and the month before, these numbers were not the prettiest numbers out there. So we'll see if it's a repeat month, if they're very bad, or if they're better than expected. You know, the market's really going to be relying on this tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. So if you all are enjoying the video, smash the like button, make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, and let's break down some stocks here. Stock number one is Coinbase, ticker symbol COIN. They just reported earnings. today after market hours, literally 30 minutes ago, and they did EPS of $6.42, which I'm not sure what the estimate was on that, but overall, that is what they did with EPS. They saw trading volume for Q2 of $462 billion, which is crazy, and they beat revenue by a pretty big margin. $2.03 billion is what they reported, and the estimate was $1.77 billion. So this stock was up pre-market. I mean, it was up at 280, then it dumped throughout the day today to 266. Then we saw another spike up to 284 after market when they reported these numbers, and now we're pretty much right where the stock closed at 268. So this one's very volatile. It has been in the past 24, 48 hours, and I suspect it will continue. But as long as we hold above, let's see here on the 4-hour chart, as long as we hold 260, which as of now we are, and 260 was the resistance in the end of June into the middle of July, as long as we hold that as support, I'm still sticking to my initial analysis that Coinbase could go 305, 310, which was that resistance from the middle of May. That is the next main target in my eyes for Coinbase. And full disclosure, many of you guys know this, I'm long Coinbase. If you guys don't know that, now you know. I'm long Coinbase, and my average is right around 280. So we're sticking it through. We're sticking it through. I'm happy with these earnings, and they're growing, guys. They're making a lot of money. They're making a lot of money, and, it's pretty good. I'm impressed, to be honest with you all. And maybe I'll do a video strictly on Coinbase, diving deeper into the earnings, because we can't talk about it too in-depth now, and quite frankly, I didn't even dive into the earnings report too in-depth quite yet myself, because they came out about 30 minutes ago, and I'll probably look more into that tonight or maybe tomorrow in the morning. We'll see. And Fubo is another one that reported, Fubo. They crushed it, guys. They did EPS of, actually, I'm not even seeing the EPS on my notes here. I probably missed it. What is their EPS? Is it here? I don't think I saw it, guys, but they're definitely losing money. There's no way they made a profit. I could be wrong, but they did revenue. I know the revenue was good. The revenue came in at $130.9 million versus $118.88 million estimated, so they beat revenue. And if you guys look here at the guidance, Fubo raises full year 21 sales guidance from $520 to $530 million to $560 to $570 million versus the $531.7 million estimated. So they raised the sales guidance. That is always a good sign. I think we got some good subscriber numbers as well. They see Q3 sales of 140 to 144 million versus the 126.9 million estimated subscribers, between 810 to 820,000, which is great. So we talk about this all the time. I mean, beating EPS, beating sales, that's great. But what's even better is guidance up for the next year, or not even the next year, for the full year that we're in this case, full year 2021, and for the next quarter. So they raised guidance for the full year 21 and for the next quarter, and the stock is up about $3 after hours. That is on top of the almost $1 it went up today. So the inverse head and shoulder that we called out is playing out. This is a textbook inverse head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Now we're filling the gap up to the mid-30s, which was the high point from the end of June. So look out for that to potentially break. I don't think it's going to in the very near-term future. Who knows? I could be wrong. We might get a huge volume spike, but over the next couple weeks, month, 2-3 months, I wouldn't be surprised if Fubo broke 35 and started pushing high 30s, low 40s, maybe even mid 40s to try and complete that right shoulder in the inverse head and shoulder. So Fubo, great company, great earnings. I don't own the stock. I'm sure some of you all that do are watching this video, you own the stock. So let me know in the comments how you're doing there. And again, I own Coinbase, which is doing pretty well in terms of their earnings. So we'll see how that plays out in the market tomorrow. Upstart, UPST, absolutely, oh my God, guys. this destroyed earnings. This company crushed it. And if you all watch my video, I think it was from Sunday or maybe yesterday, I forget. I make so many videos, guys, from YouTube to Patreon. I'm making videos every day there as well, which again, you can check that out, link down below. Sometimes I forget where I mention what, but I know for sure I mentioned Upstart, and we saw a golden cross. You know, we're seeing it now. The 50's crossing above the 180, and I mentioned to you guys, look, if we break out of this wedge, it's go time on Upstart, and what do you know? Now that they just reported, the stock is up $20 after hours, up 15%. This is one heck of a move. So before we talk about what they reported, let me give you all a rundown, and this is straight from Yahoo Finance, what Upstart even is, because some of you guys probably don't know. So Upstart Holdings operates a cloud-based AI lending platform. The company's platform aggregates consumer demand for loans and connects it to its network of the company's AI-enabled bank partners. Its platform connects consumers, banks, and institutional investors through a shared AI lending platform. So it deals a lot with cloud-based artificial intelligence, and it's a lending platform. That, in a nutshell, is what Upstart is. And the company just reported EPS of 62 cents versus 25 cents estimated, which was a ridiculous beat. And revenue came in at $194 million versus $157.76 million estimated. So crushed EPS, crushed revenue, and the stock is breaking out. Now, am I going to chase it here? Probably not. It's a bit overbought, but the second it pulls back a little, whether it's to the low 150s, now it's at 157 almost after hours, whether it's low 150s, mid 140s, I'm going to be looking to jump in on that and maybe take advantage of the dip on the breakout. So Upstart looking great. Amazon's another one that if you guys are in my Patreon, you know I bought Amazon as a swing on Friday, and I'm down about $20 per share on the position, which at the end of the day, guys, that is nothing considering Amazon is a $3,000 stock, $3,300 to be more precise, and I'm probably going to be averaging down on my swing here because you all know I'm not going all in at front or up front on any of my swings. You know, I go in probably 20-30% at first, and then I like to average in, whether it's average down or average up, depending on the stock. And I'm willing to do that and ride it out with Amazon because this is a company, guys, that it's no question is one of the best companies out there, and every dip ultimately gets bought up. Whether it's a week after it dips, a month after it dips, and I'm willing to take the risk that it doesn't bounce up, which I doubt it won't, and I'm willing to ride it out. So I'm actually in at 33.38, 33.40, somewhere around there to be exact. And again, now we're down about $20 on the position since it's trading at 33.20. And look, if it goes 32.50, I'm going to be buying more. And my initial target is 3,500. That was the low point from mid-July, followed by anywhere from 3,650 to 3,700. And look, it's down about 12% from the top. So a company like Amazon, big blue chip stock, will it get bought up? I think yes. Granted, if the markets collapse, S&P trims 10% off its value, yeah, Amazon's probably going to get destroyed, and at that point, I'm going to lose a little money. I'll probably, have my stop loss triggered or whatever. And again, that's the risk I'm willing to take. So Amazon, I'm in, watching it closely. Exxon Mobil's another one that did well today, 1.7% up, and this one's looking pretty decent. You know, we're holding the uptrend on the 4-hour chart. You guys can see with today's move, we broke out of the 50 moving average, and now we're actually going up towards that 180 moving average. We're trying to test it at least, and that's right around, what is it at, $60 per share, and now we're at 58.20. So there could be more juice left in this rally up to that 50 moving or 180 moving average rather, excuse me guys, at $60. And if that were to break, boom, I'm thinking Exxon fills the gap to about 63. So from where we are now, there could be about 8% upside up to about $63 per share. And this also looks like an ascending triangle forming. We're making higher lows into the clear resistance at about 63, 64. So if oil gets its act right, which it's pretty funky out there with the whole delta, with demand potentially being dampened, and we know OPEC flooding the market with more production. It's a tricky spot right now. But if oil does run up, Exxon follows, I think that ascending triangle could play out. So I'm watching out for Exxon and for a lot of the other, I'm watching a lot of the other oil stocks too, for that matter. And we also have IRM, Iron Mountain Incorporated, which somebody on Patreon brought to my attention. Shout out to you if you're watching this video. This one's breaking out. It's looking great. Broke out of the wedge on the 4-hour. It's trading above both moving averages. I believe they just reported earnings, which is probably influencing this move that we're seeing. And sure, it's a bit overbought now, but any pullback here, whether it's down to 45, 44, I'm looking to potentially buy that up and ride it back to 47, which was the high from the middle of June, the next main target, which who knows, we might just run right through that on this rally, which again, that's kind of what I'm looking for on IRM. And the last one for today, guys, is CCL, and we could group this with RCL and NCLH as well. These completely crushed it. And CCL is one that I've been in and out of multiple times over the past couple of weeks. In fact, I just locked in about a 3%, I think it was roughly 3% profit on CCL today. I bought it about 2 weeks ago at $22.68. I think it was less than 2 weeks ago, actually, and I wrote it to where it is today. I sold at about 23, I think in the 23.30s I sold it. So I'm looking at CCL now. I like it, but it's at a big resistance, which is why I sold. It's right by the 180 SMA on the 4-hour, which has been a sticking point for the stock, and at about 24, which was a support all throughout February, March, April, and to May as well. So I want to see it break 24 before getting back in, just to play it safe, right? I want to see it clear that level. So I'm putting my alert right at 24. RCL is another one I'm looking at. It's also right by the 180 SMA. We got to see a breakout of there, and that's at about, for RCL, $81 to $85. That's going to be a sticking point. And NCLH, which is Norwegian, also is right by the 180 SMA. So all these stocks, the cruise lines, their technicals look very similar, and they're all right by the 180 moving averages on the 4-hour chart. So let's see if that could break, guys, on all these cruise line stocks. Maybe we could play that breakout, and that's pretty much it. I have to go to an appointment at about 5:20, so if I rush this video, and now it's almost 5, so I got to get out of here quick. So if I rush this video, I'm sorry, but hey, we got it all in. We shoved it in about 15-20 minutes, which is what matters here. So if you guys enjoyed it, smash the like button, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts, and check out my Patreon. If you guys want all my moves real time, all my buys, sells, call outs as well, and if you want a morning update video plus more access to me, all of that's on Patreon, link down below, or you guys can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. That's StockSurfest.com/Patreon, and you guys can get $50 free from M1 Finance using my link down below, depositing $100, and you get $50. I also get $50. It helps me out. It helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate it if you guys use that link. So I'll catch you all in the next video, which I made one earlier going over 3 oversold stocks. Check it out. I'll pop it up here. Click that. I'll see you there. And yeah, hope you guys crush it. Keep crushing the markets. I'll catch you all in the next video. Stay safe out there. Peace out.